Well, hello there, each and every one of you. This is Toni Henderson-Mayers, television, radio, relationship expert, author, and entrepreneur, known as Wise Courtship all over social media. Because of my book with a three-step system, it will help you determine the true character and the true intent of your love interest. And this is Check In and Chat. And I hope that you're going to share, because that's what I'm going to do right now. Go ahead and share this broadcast so that someone will be blessed by what we have to say on today. And so you can share if you're on, well, matter of fact, we're broadcasting on Facebook, Periscope, as well as it will be on YouTube and it's on the podcast too as well. So if you're watching us via Facebook, make sure that you are sharing with all of your followers that you can start a watch party or you can invite individual people into the broadcast. And also, if you're watching us via Periscope, I'm sharing. That's why I'm looking down, y'all. I'm sharing as well. So if you're watching us via Periscope, make sure that you share with all of your followers, you tweet it out, and you put it on Facebook too as well. And of course, if you're going to be watching us via YouTube, you can like and subscribe, and then hit the notification bell so you'll know every time that I upload a new video. And if you're watching us via podcast, which could be Anchor .fm or it could be Spotify, Breaker, so many other platforms, make sure you follow us and share the broadcast too as well. So just a few commercials before we get started, and that is while everyone's coming in. And if you're watching me, go ahead and say hello so that I can greet you in the appropriate way. Many of you are watching me via the web, so good to see you. You're watching me via Twitter. How you doing? And so if you're watching me live, just drop a hello in the chat box so I can say hello to you. So before we get started, I want to remind you that you can go to my website, which is www.wisecourtship.com, for everything that I'm doing in the relationship area. And of course, you can buy my digital products, books, e-courses, all of that stuff at bit.ly/shop Toni. Make sure you put it in exactly the way you see it right there. Okay. Lowercase letters. And of course, we're starting our Create Streams of Income series. So that is part one, which you see on the screen. If you don't see it, the link is bit.ly/create streams part one. That's the numeral one. All of the letters are lowercase. All right. We had some technical difficulties a little earlier. And so we're going to go ahead and get started with our broadcast. But that's good news for some of you who couldn't meet with us at 6 o'clock. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get started. You're right on time. And we're going to be talking about today, Publish Like a Pro. And I have an amazing guest, Tiffany Green-Hood, who is a publisher herself. I'm a publisher. We're going to have this conversation. I know many of you could not wait to hear this content. Good to see you, Pastor Sappho. Good to see you. Stay tuned, okay? Because I know you need to write that book. Stay tuned. We have some amazing information. And share this broadcast. So without further ado, I'm going to add Tiffany onto this broadcast. Tiffany, if you don't mind, could you introduce yourself to everyone?
I sure can. My name is Tiffany A. Green-Hood, and I teach authors the business of publishing. So my history in publishing, I've been literally publishing people about 3 years now. However,
Wow.
I have been in the literary industry for, oh my God, about since like 2007. So I've always been around authors, always had events, and had a whole website, and my brand is Black Writer Space. So I've been all over social media for years and absolutely just love the idea of supporting writers, particularly Black writers.
Absolutely. First, I need to stop and say hello to a veteran live streamer from the Live Stream Hall of Fame. NKT is here. Good to see you. She is the founder of Afroscope TV. Good to see you. So, we NKT, as well as myself, Tiffany, we go way back. We've been live streaming and all of that for a very, very long time. So it's so good to see when live stream royalty comes into the house. Guys, make sure you share this because someone needs to be blessed by this information. Okay, you definitely call me. Definitely call me, and I will definitely make sure you inbox me, and I'll make sure you get all the information, especially if you miss this, the rest of this broadcast. So let's get started. All right, let's get started. First of all, I want to talk about publishing as an income stream. And I believe that there is money to be made in publishing. And a lot of people are leaving so many coins on the table. Good to see you,
Yes.
Pastor Hood. Good to see you. That's Tiffany A. Green's husband. Good to see you. And an author, published author. NKG is published author. Good to see you. So, give me your thoughts about the money that can be made in publishing that people kind of like take for granted.
The money that can be made in publishing is unlimited.
Hmm.
Okay, it's unlimited, and we'll go into a lot of the details later. But that is exactly why I do what I do, because I see many authors who self-publish leave a lot of coins on the table, lots of
Oh
coins on the
yes,
table.
yes. And just by the way, guys, we're just having a conversation here because we both are publishers, and so we're just having a general conversation, and we have a little surprise for you guys at the end that we want to talk about. Yeah, that's what I see. I see that people either they don't understand the fullness of the fact that you can have this additional income. While some people are struggling trying to get their coins together, what have you, many authors, including myself, are still selling books even through
Mhm.
this pandemic, even through things that we're going through, because some people have money and they got money to spend, and some people, they got a little bit of money but they still gonna spend it anyway. So I
Still gonna
mean,
spend
that
it.
is an additional stream of income.
Yep.
How hard do you see what is the level of difficulty you see for someone to be able to set up that type of stream of income, for writing, publishing a book? How difficult is that? On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being very difficult, how difficult is
Zero,
that?
zero,
Yeah,
zero.
yeah,
You can spend 10,000 on your book project, or you can spend as low as 300.
yeah, absolutely.
Self-publishing.
Yes. And we are, by the way, we are advocates for self-publishing. I mean, but if you go traditional, we're not gonna hate on you, okay? But we
Right.
definitely are advocates for self-publishing, as you will see when we go further into this discussion. So really, there's really not a big barrier to writing when it comes to what you need to do and to get right into making money. Okay, get right going from writing into making money. But what do you think is holding people back from publishing? Good to see you, Judy. Good to see you. Make sure, guys, that you share this broadcast by touching right down over here. Share this broadcast so that someone will be blessed by it. What do you think is holding people back from the writing and the publishing process?
Hold that thought. I want to add something to something.
Sure.
I want to add to what you just said just a few seconds ago about how we are definitely for self-publishing, but we're not against traditional publishing. I want to clarify that
Yeah.
because a lot of authors who don't really know the details, they have not really researched and don't really know, because a lot of people
Yeah.
think, okay, publishing is publishing. When we say traditional publisher, we are not speaking about companies like Author House, Westbow Press, Christian Faith Publishing, those are vanity publishers.
Right.
Okay. So in a vanity publisher, that is not a book deal.
Right.
Okay. That is not a traditional publisher. That is a vanity publisher, meaning you're going to pay for a package for them to do all your production. Plus, you're going to sign an author agreement giving away 90%. Most of all the contracts are exactly the same. And
Yes.
so, just so you know, just want to clarify that that is not a traditional publisher.
Yes,
Okay. And so you're
absolutely.
giving away money you really don't have to. Just wanted to clarify that. Now, what was your
Yeah,
question?
absolutely. Because as we go in a little bit further in this conversation, we are going to talk about the use of professionals. But when we talk about the use of professionals, we're going to strongly encourage you to use professional self-publishers. And even in that there is a distinction. There's still a distinction. So yes, we definitely are going to clarify that even more as we go along. And thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
The question was, is what's holding people back? And if you're watching this, you can write this in the chat box too, as well. What are some of the things that are holding people back from the writing process as well as the publishing process?
I believe that a lot of people are held back from the writing process because most of the time we just gonna use nonfiction, and we're gonna use if you're writing about your life story, okay? Because
Hmm.
most people do write about that. Mostly all the clients that I have or have consults with, they are writing about their life story, and I think the one thing that holds them back is releasing the
Yeah,
story,
yeah,
the fear of what people are going to say, the fear of how people will accept
yeah,
what we want to release.
yeah,
That
yeah.
is what holds a lot of people back from writing. The other part, procrastination and excuses.
Hmm. Yes,
Period.
absolutely. I like what NKG is saying, fear, and then she also and Judy, I see your comment. I'll get right back to it. Also, NKG said many people don't understand the steps, and I'm glad you said that because we're going to talk about some
Yeah,
of
that's
that today, and then also too at the end we have some solutions for you that I hope that you will take part of. Anyone who's watching who has those same types of fear. Now we have quite a bit of people who are watching us. I believe some of those are the Periscope numbers and possibly people who are watching on other platforms. It's good to see each and every one of you. And so you can tweet me or you can email me and let me know that you are watching this broadcast. At info at wordtherapypublishing.com, info at wordtherapypublishing.com. If you wanted to ask something or tweet something and to let me know that you're watching this broadcast. So, yeah, I totally agree with NKG. Many people don't know the steps. They're unsure on what to do. I think that
mm-hmm.
people have heard some bogus stories. Some things are
Mm-hmm.
valid, but some things are not valid at all, and they won't go and get information, and that's why we're doing this here to try to help alleviate some of the
Yeah.
fear and to bring out some information when it comes to writing. I believe that people, if you're watching me and you are a pastor, if you're watching me and you are a speaker, if you have a business, if you have an audience that you go before on a regular basis, you should definitely think about
Mm-hmm.
publishing. If you're
Writing a
a
book.
performer,
Absolutely.
if you have information to impart, if you are a teacher of some sort, if you are none of the things that I named, but you have the desire, you should publish. Okay, it's very, very important. Now, just to answer Judy's question, she said her book is on Amazon and it's not selling well. We're going to address that a little bit later in one of the surprises that we have for you. But that's a whole nother avenue. Let me
Oh
just
no.
say, Tiffany owns her publishing company, TA Media, and I own Word Therapy Publishing. And we have collaborated many times on different things. And even when I'm publishing, if I need a cover, she's a great cover designer as well as a great publisher. And she is interested in my information in marketing. Marketing your book is totally different than writing it, and it's totally different than publishing it. Okay, those are
Absolutely.
different categories, and you have to be
Mm-hmm.
good at those categories, or you have to be good at hiring people who can do it for you. Okay. And so that is such a great concern. Did you have any thoughts on that when she talked about her book is not selling well on Amazon?
I do. And that is so common with most authors who self
Hmm.
publish because I don't know, someone told them, or you probably just, a lot of times we just assume that it's going to sell because that's
Yeah.
where all the readers are.
Yeah.
However, we miss that one major step called marketing. We
Yep.
miss it. And
Hmm.
so we end up there with no sales. And what happened? Oh, it's not doing well. And it's not that the book is not a great book. It's not that you don't have a great story, because it's so many great stories. We all each have a story. And so it's not about the story being great enough or anything. It's about the marketing. And the marketing starts before you even write the story.
Absolutely. I totally 100% agree with you. When people come into my, when they call me or they talk to me and have, a lot of times we do video conferences, phone conferences, and they talk about their book. Usually, when they talk about their book not selling, it's after they published it, right? They don't really
Yep.
ever think about marketing unless I bring it up. But that is something that you need to do way ahead of publishing your book. And so we'll talk about that just a little bit in a little bit. And I think that's something you have to really, really consider is that, first of all, it takes a whole nother budget for marketing. It takes a whole nother effort for marketing. And it's something I believe that's what makes me successful at what I do. I believe it never stops. Okay. You will be it can, yes, it can be fixed to a certain extent. Yes, it can be fixed. I believe, Judy, that's Judy said, so this can be fixed. I believe it's an ongoing effort. You will hear from major traditional publishers that you only have a certain amount of weeks and months before the book releases. And after that, if you don't hit the number one bestseller, that's
Right.
it. But Tiffany and I deal in the hustle, shown up, we got to sell this book industry. Okay. We on a whole nother level with how we promote. We live and eat off of what we're doing. So it's got to sell. And so when things have to sell, you become very, very creative.
Yeah.
I think you were going to say something, Tiffany.
Yeah, I wanted to add to the budget part that you said. And
Mm,
it does take a whole nother budget, but at the same time, on the flip side, there are so many ways to
yeah.
market your book
Hmm.
with zero budget,
With zero
period.
budget. Yeah.
And what I
With zero
find
budget.
is that from the people that I teach and being on Periscope and live streaming all the time, people are they won't even go live. Authors will not even go live to introduce themselves
Yeah.
to, it's there's a very strong fear there. But that's one of the free tools, literally free, that we have to get on and reach millions.
Millions.
So even if you don't have a budget, I'm even if you don't have a budget, there are so many different ways to market your book for free
Absolutely.
and reach
Absolutely.
and actually sell copies.
Yeah. And so I break this down. I break that down in an upcoming. We have a surprise for you. We're going to just touch on one other subject before we talk about that. But I do touch on that, okay, about the free ways that we can market ourselves, which I call promotions more when it's free.
Yeah.
And so you have to know the difference. I do believe that you need to have a certain amount in your budget for marketing depending on what you are doing and how long you want to last and all of that. But nothing has to be super expensive ever, ever. When you do decide you want to spend money, and when you do spend money, it has to be wise. Okay, it's not like I'm gonna place an ad and then that's it. That's a big mistake that a lot of people make because nobody paying attention to them ads. Okay. Unless they know you, all right. Unless it's McDonald's or something, they'll pay attention to the ad, okay, because they hungry. Good to see you, Seema. Good to see you, Miss Diane. A lot of people are watching us through Periscope and Facebook Live. Good to see you. So listen, this I want to hit on this topic before we talk about what we have in store for you guys. And that is, why don't writers use a professional? Now, I'm gonna preface this by something that Tiffany said earlier. When we talk about professionals, yes, there are traditional publishers, and I explain the differences and different the nuances in publishing in a lot of my e-courses. But traditional publishers, let's get this straight. Traditional publishers are, first of all, literary companies. Okay. And so usually if you're going to be picked up by a traditional publisher, it's because you have a great literary work, or
Okay.
you get picked up because you a celebrity, honey, and you can sell a lot of books. Period, point blank, end of story. All right. And so if you are neither, it's very hard for you. And thus self-publishing was born. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And so Tiffany and I have basically the same approach with our clients when we work with them to publish their books. But then we have some things that's a little, maybe a little different. But we both agree that you can self publish your book.
Absolutely.
Okay. You can do it. You can do it yourself completely. But for you to do it, it requires that you get the cover designer, you do the layout, you make sure you get your ISBN number, you do everything from start to finish. What Tiffany and I do are, we are what we call self-published professionals, self-publisher professionals.
Mm-hmm.
Some people will argue you down in writers forums and say you don't need to pay anybody to self-publish your book. You don't. But if you don't know how to do it, or if you don't feel like doing it, if you wrote this book and you tired and you don't want to do anything else, you hire a professional instead of messing up your cover and it looking crazy and all of that. So why Tiffany, is it hard for people to use a professional, meaning a self-publishing professional like you and I, when it's time to get this book published?
I believe there are several different reasons. Um, Low budget, unwillingness to invest is what I see
Ooh,
a lot,
I felt that.
meaning that you really do have the money. You really do have the money, but you're spending
Right,
it in other areas,
right.
and you're not trying to apply that to a book project.
Yeah.
Some people really do have low budgets. I get that, but again, you can self-publish on a low budget. It's several reasons. I don't believe it's just one, but it just depends on the person. It's just, I don't know. Some
Well,
people
you
think they can do
said,
it themselves.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
You know,
you said a
do their
lot
own
of good
cover.
things. Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
Well,
I've seen that. I've
you done
seen
struck
that.
some
I've said,
chords right there. You
I've
struck
seen
some
that.
chords. Well, there's a lot of things. You said a whole lot of things that is just, oh my gosh. I don't even know if we have the time to get into so many. You said so many good things. First of
Hmm.
all, we believe we can do it. And that's great. But we have to also
Hmm.
be great at knowing when I don't know what I'm doing. When, okay,
Right.
this is not really, I'm not doing the best, because we get cheap and cheesy. Can I just say it the way I want to say it, y'all?
Please.
We get cheap
Yeah.
and cheesy on the wrong things. We'll
Yeah.
spend like $80 on nails, a
Uh-huh.
hundred and something dollars on some hair, and then when it comes to something that could change our lives and put money in our pocket, a story that we want to tell, people we want to help, a legacy we want to build, income that we want to create, then we get cheesy and cheap.
Yep.
We
Yep.
also like believing people who don't know what they talking about.
Yep.
Our cousin and them, Junebug and them. I'm gonna go ahead and
Uncle.
publish you, or you can publish it for free over here. But it looked like you published it for free because that cover is horrid.
Wait,
And,
but then you want to be in front of Oprah. I tell people
woo,
now, Oprah ain't looking for you.
she
I just come on
not with
out and
that
tell you.
raggedy
I
cover.
just go on
Can we
and
say
crush
it
it
like? Look,
so
we
we can
gotta say
really
it
get
like we
down to
say it.
business.
Well,
Yeah,
you're not
yeah.
going anywhere with a cover looking crazy. Okay, no way in the world. Tiffany is really, really good to me at the whole outward appearance. It's not to say that I'm not, because you're not gonna be looking crazy. And if I can't get it right, I'm sending it to Tim. I'm outsourcing. Okay, so we can work together. But I am really good at what you do behind the scenes to make sure that if you did step on Oprah's stage, You can handle all the money that's going to be brought through you. You're going to have all the
All that.
funnels. You're going to have
Yes.
everything set up and you're going to have everything right. Okay.
Yep.
And so these are the things you have to think about while you're writing the book, while you're marketing the book. All along the way, you got to set yourself up to be a success. And sometimes that means you have to get professionals in what you are doing. Oh, y'all saying some good stuff on here. Oh my gosh.
It's a sacrifice.
NKT said people think they can't pay you because XYZ. Absolutely. And while we at it, since Tiffany and I are African American women and African American and women, a lot of times we face this difficulty with folk because it can be easier for a man to sell anything. He might can sell you your own socks, especially if he's
Mm-hmm.
Caucasian. I'm not trying to hurt nobody feel. I'm just trying to keep it real because we need to break through some barriers. And somebody can be helping you know exactly what they're doing, but because they don't look like you or because they're a woman or whatever, you have your idea that they can't help. Is anybody gonna
Mm-hmm.
agree here? Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all can get up off the floor now. Somebody
Yes.
fainted. Okay.
Somebody said I
Thank you,
agree.
Catchy. She got my back right there. So yeah, so you have to make sure that you get professionals who know what they are doing. They can show you what they've done. They can show you the work. Yes, Tiffany.
I just want to add that it's really it. What frustrates me is the excitement. You're very excited about getting your book out, your story, everything. I'm excited for you. You get the book published. Everything's done right. The cover is awesome. The inside, everything is boom, boom, boom. You have the book signing. After that, nothing happens.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
stop.
Yep.
And then 6 months later, and if we on social media together and I'm seeing and I'm like, what happened? The it's not gonna sell itself.
No.
Marketing is what? It's what's the word I'm looking for? It continues. Like it never
Yes,
ends.
it's ongoing. I feel you on that one. I knew exactly what you were saying. It is an ongoing work. It never stops. That's why you need to believe in your message. You need to believe in what you wrote because you will not have a problem talking about it over and over and over again. And all of that's part of marketing. We haven't discussed any costs yet, but we do have something coming up for you. You can contact either one of us depending on who you want to publish with. But we do have a project. This is a surprise that we want to share with you, you guys and ladies and gentlemen. Is that we have a product that we think you're going to be very very successful and excited about. But before I talk about that, I want to talk about the benefits of this project. And let me just show you a picture. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me show you a picture of it. What I'm clicking everything but what I'm trying to click. There we go. Let me just move us out of the way for a minute, Tiffany. All of it. It's not showing all of it right there. But that is what we call publishing profits. It's an e-course. It is an e-course. And in this e-course, we go through the steps of publishing so that that can help you out. Let me see if I have a link here that if you want to sign up for this course, I'm going to put the link here while we discuss it for you. Okay, I'm going to put the link there. Now, remember, with these links, you have to put the links in your browser exactly the way you see it. Otherwise, you will not be there. Okay, you will not get there. So, in this course, let's talk about the benefits of the course, I guess, Tiffany, and let's talk about what people will get out of this course. We talk a lot about publishing in this course. Okay, we talk about how to get paid. We talk
Mm-hmm.
about marketing. We talk about. I think Tiffany, you talk about what?
Branding.
Branding. Oh my gosh.
Branding, the business of publishing, and the social media aspect of
Oh
self
my
publishing.
gosh. I'm telling you, this is something that you're gonna. Oh, you said tag you in Twitter so you can share. Okay, I'll definitely do that. I'll definitely do that. Catching. She's always promoting and pushing what we're doing. If you want to know, let me just say this because somebody asked this. I think that's Reverend Brenda Richardson. If you want to know the total cost to publishing, my website is right here. I have all of my prices right there on the website. Okay, there's no guessing, there's no anything. So you can find that out. Tiffany, if you don't mind putting your links in the chat feed so people can
Okay.
get that. Are you on? If not, I can put it in for you.
I am. I'm
Okay,
on.
cool. All right, so I'm gonna put this one back up, and Tiffany's gonna put hers in the chat, okay, so that you can decide where you want to go. Um, but I do want to say, I want to say that if you're not ready to publish yet, and you think you want to take a course, you may want to do Publishing Profits because we're going to talk about self-publishing, the benefits of that. We're going to talk about you getting paid. We're going to talk about marketing. We're going to step you through. So there's a lot of videos. It's about 12 modules in this course. There's a lot of video learning there, and there's some reading, and also there is a 47-page free ebook that you get with it. Okay, so that's amazing. You definitely want to
Yeah.
sign up just for that. Okay, just for that. It's so
Man.
worth it. And you get to take that away with you. You have some little easy peasy quizzes just to make sure you're paying attention. It's just such a great course. All right. So let me show Tiffany's website. There it is right there. It's www.publishyourbooktoday.info. All right, if that's for the people who are asking about publishing with us. But I do want to get back to this link for the course so you can go and you can read about the course right there on the link. Okay, but let me just tell you, the course is on sale at $179. But if you go ahead and use that code, it's going to take it down to $99. And that is
Wow.
just for 24 hours, y'all, for this time, right at this time tomorrow. Okay, if you want to take that course, that's crazy because it was already on sale for $179. Okay, so you can get it for 99 using that code right there. Okay, and that will help you to publish like a pro that will step you through it. Of course, we have coaching that we do with people, but of course that is much more expensive. So I would take advantage of the course. I mean, because you can get in the course, you can watch the videos over and over again, you
Yeah,
can read the
absolutely.
material, you've got that
Yes.
book to keep with you. But if you're ready to publish right away, then go to our website, honey, and go ahead and sign up so you can get this published. Um, Thank you so much. But of course, Pastor Hood is biased. I don't think is he talking about me being intelligent or just his wife? God bless
He
you.
talking about both.
Let's see. Tima says many of these authors keep on self-publishing even after their books hit best-selling status because they were able to maintain control of how their books were marketed and did not have to share royalties with publishers. Seema, thank you so much for saying that because that is another great segue into why do you want to self-publish? Well, one reason is
Right.
you get to keep all of the money. Even when you
Yes.
self-publish with us, you get to keep a lot of your money. I talk
Hmm.
about this in Profit Pros. When you use a traditional publisher, and I believe one of my clients, I think one of my clients is on here that wanted to do a Barnes and Noble's book signing. That's
Hmm.
okay, it's well and good. But when let's say the book is $20 and you sell it at Barnes and Nobles,
Mm.
and you went through a traditional publisher, you're gonna get about $2 off your book. But when you publish with us, I know definitely with me, let's say it's a $20 book and you sell it, you keep $15 of that. Then you say, well, what happened with the other five? Well, you got to pay for the printing of the book. But that's
Right.
something you got to pay for. But you get to keep all of that. So when you have these
Mm.
best-selling authors, people, celebrities, and all of this stuff, and they're selling 1 million copies. Let me take this little ticker off because this is driving me nuts, honey. Y'all got that code? Yeah, if you have a best-selling, let me take this off. If you have a best-selling author and they sell, let's just say 1 million, just to keep it easy, and they have a traditional publisher they go through. The traditional publisher gets their cut. The fulfillment house gets their cut. This person, that person gets their cut, and you end up with maybe $2 a book. You might get $1. So now you got, let's just say 2 million to make it easy, but you could have had 15 million if you had published with us. Okay. I'm just telling you, it's just the way to go. It's the way to go. I know it's not too late, Judy, but you're going to have to, she wants to know if it's too late to help with marketing. No, but you're really going to have to really work it. You're going to have to really work it. Because one of the tricks in marketing is that people want fresh and new. I don't know why we like that. Okay. Even the news people want to feel like, but there's some things that we could still do. There's some things you're so welcome. I call her mom, Reverend Richardson. You're so welcome. Um, okay, that was Judy asking it again. We got you, Judy. We got you. So if you go to wordtherapypublishing.com, there's some marketing packages on there. I believe Tiffany even put another website up. So make sure you got that too as well. What other benefits can we say for them for taking that course or even publishing with us? It's just so many benefits. Oh my gosh.
Yes, I have jotted down a couple things.
Okay.
There are, when I tell y'all this course is designed if you're publishing for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
or if you already have a book, because also what I run into a lot is authors who have already published with vanity companies, right? Where
Mm.
they're giving away 90% royalties. Okay. They have no control. They have to pay. I know somebody paying $11 for one copy of her book. That's
Woo,
ridiculous. Okay. And her book
$11.
is the price of her book is $15. Come on. Can't make no money like that.
That's crazy.
So,
That's highway
but
robbery.
it's so many jewels and takeaways in this course. And just let me just say this. She mentioned it. The ebook alone, all the gems,
Mm-hmm.
everything that they're not going to tell you and they did not tell
Exactly.
you. So if
Yeah,
you've already published and you're in a position where you are still, because most of those contracts are never ending.
that's
So
right.
you have to basically end it. But the best thing for you to do is republish. This course can help you with that if you need to or working with either one of us. If you need to republish so you can be free. We
That's
are
right.
all striving for what? Freedom. But
That's
a couple
right.
things I jotted down is this course is going to give you clarity,
Mm.
resources. The
Yes.
resources are priceless.
Yeah.
Um, Instruction and freedom from contracts.
Yeah. Freedom from
That's it.
contracts. And now, see, Judy said she has no contract, which is really, really great.
That's
So
awesome.
then we can pick you up and you can start with the marketing. Now, we deal with contracts, but it's not the type of contracts that's going to
Not
be
that.
raping you. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? We have to have contracts to protect ourselves as well as protect you, and you know what's going on. But and I believe Judy said that because she had a certain element of self-publishing. She had a certain element of self-publishing going on. But we do everything in a professional manner. We do have contracts, but you keep your royalties.
Exactly.
You are in control from start to finish. But because you're using us as a professional, we expect that you will, at least give an ear to what we're saying. I know that I try my best, and thank you, Ketchy, for saying that. Many benefits with working with Toni Henderson-Mayers. You're straightforward and genuine. I try to be. I definitely try to be. If the cover's ugly, honey, I'm gonna say, oh God. But at the same time, I do understand because I'm an author, and I think also too that's what Tiffany brings as well. We're both authors. We've worked on each
Yeah.
other's books. We work together on projects together. We have the heart of authors, so we know what it's like to have a burning passion for something, and we don't want to steer you away from that burning passion. But at the same time, we want to bring out the best in what you're trying to
Exactly.
do. Okay, and
Exactly.
so those are some of the benefits. Keep your royalties. I just really like the fact that many of my authors started off with no book at all, and now they have several books. I have repeat customers that come back over and over again, and I love the fact that they have
Yes.
built what you say, Tiffany, built a legacy. Okay, now they have,
Yes.
not only did they
For
build
real.
books, as you teach, they branded themselves. And that's something that
Yes.
I try to push.
Yes.
So now they have products, they have an audience, they have people who are buying from them over and over again, and it's so fulfilling.
The best feeling in the world for me is to see an author take what I've given them, meaning
Yeah.
the information, the resources, the instruction, and everything, and they soak it in, and then they go and then they apply it,
Oh my
and
God.
then they see results. So who does that go back to? That goes back to you,
Yes.
because you're the one that taught them this, and they're literally using it. People get information all the time and most times don't use it. So when I see them
Hmm.
actually use it, get results,
That
selling
is a
books, and
blessing. It's
that's
such a
awesome.
blessing, right? It's just really fulfilling when we see people, really build their own empire, basically, because you can really see results and you can see money. But I use this example all the time. Sometimes we try to reach for the big stars, I'm going to write this bestseller and it's going to be wonderful. You rush and you get it done, then it doesn't sell and there's nothing out there. And you're trying to compete with people who are celebrity status.
Right.
Celebrity status. They're going to sell their left toe if they sold it. If they sell a piece of their hair, somebody's going to buy it for $50 million. Okay. They're not going to buy your
Exactly.
stuff. Okay. And
Exactly.
so I teach my clients how to build themselves as a celebrity in their niche so that they can continue
Right.
to sell over and over and over again. So I'm once again going to, as we get ready to close, I'm going to show these links again. I definitely want to thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. If you guys have gotten something out of this, please let me know. There's so many people watching us on Periscope through the web. I can see the eyes looking at me. Good to see you. Good to see you on
Mhm.
today. So I want to share these links again. Tiffany's links: www.publishyourbooktoday.info. Publishyourbooktoday.info. And then the name of her company here, it's www.tamediaco.com. All right, I wanted to say that so those who are watching or listening to us on the podcast can hear that. And of course, you can go to www.wordtherapypublishing.com. That's wordtherapypublishing.com. If you're ready to run on and go ahead and publish, but if you would like to take our course, which is Publishing Profits, go to BIT. This is all lowercase, guys. bit.ly/publishing profits. Okay, make sure you go there. The course is already on sale for $179, but if you use this code AN9134F, okay, the letters are capitalized AN9134F. If you're listening to me on the podcast, that is the coupon code, and it'll bring it down to $99. Good grief. Go ahead, guys, and make sure you take care of that and do it now because that coupon is not going to be valid this time tomorrow. All right. So make sure and if you're listening to this broadcast in the future, just keep checking. We may have another coupon code pop up. I don't know, but I don't know when that's going to be. So make sure you take advantage of it right now. Tiffany, thank you so much for joining us. We had some technical difficulties, but I knew that was because we had some great information to share. And so thank you
Yes.
so much. Do you have any parting words for us before I end this and go ahead and address the audience as we go?
My advice to those who are listening, like I said, if you are in a contract that's taking all your royalties and you're not seeing any money, you may need to republish. If you need marketing, either of us can help you definitely get to where you need to be, see what the issue is, and so that you're not scrambling and you don't really know, because you can kind of go in circles just because you don't have the right information, don't know which direction to go into, and then how to do it. So
Yeah,
either of us can
absolutely.
coach you through that process. The course is absolutely amazing, just the ebook alone. Okay. And then there are
Just the ebook
videos. And is
alone.
it lifetime access, Tony?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Lifetime access.
Yeah. For an investment of, if you use the code for $99,
It's
that's unheard
crazy.
of.
It's
Period.
unheard of. It's unheard of.
So I would say go ahead and invest. Stop procrastinating. I believe that this time that we're dealing with right now is the best
Yeah.
time to launch your book. And what I always tell people is that you write and publish the book one time, and you resell it over and over again. That's money in your sleep.
Yeah.
So go ahead and invest.
Absolutely. Well, Tiffany, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I'm going to address the audience and just say a few more things to you guys before we go, and then we'll part for this edition of Check-in and Chat. So thank you so much, Tiffany. Have a great day, evening, and thank you so very much. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
So, we want to thank Tiffany. I mean, was that amazing or what? That was really, really great. Good to see you, Joab, watching and watching us via Periscope. Judy, you are so welcome. Reverend Brenda Richardson, thank you so much. You're very, very welcome. Well, listen, if you've been thinking about publishing and you have not done it as of yet, I don't know what will motivate you to do so, but I would suggest that you do it now. If you are having a hard time writing the book, I'm going to send you to this link. This is if you're having a hard time writing the book. I have a digital, I have an e-store with digital products in it. If you go to that link, now you got to put that link in exactly the way you see it. If you put that into your browser and then go under the category of publishing, there is there is a course called Write, Publish, Promote. It's a 6 week course. It's not that expensive. We also have payment plans because I deal in the payment plans, honey. So you could take that, and that will halfway through the course, your book will be totally written. So that will work for people who are saying, you know what, all this sounds good, but I'll leave that up there a little bit longer. All that sounds good, but I don't have my book written. Okay, so you definitely want to take advantage of that. The other thing is either one of us will be ready to help you in publishing your book, but don't let things stop you. And most importantly, don't be prideful in getting help. I had someone say to me, "Well, I know I can publish the book for free," and yes, you can. But as I teach in my in the course, Publishing Profits, that there's some things that go on behind the scenes, okay, in the fulfillment houses, in the literary things, in winning awards and different things. Many of y'all know I've won many awards, okay? But there's a lot of things that go behind the scenes that if you just use some willy-nilly way of publishing your book, it will show up. And when they know that you're not considered as legit as you could be considered. And you can't get on a lot of the platforms you think you would be able to get on. So make sure, dear ones, you get the help you need and do what you need to do so that you can publish your book and be satisfied. So I know with Word Therapy Publishing, we have so many satisfied customers. So with that being said, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining this broadcast. And instead of ending with my usual website that I end with, I'm going to end with this website. Remember, you can visit me at www.wordtherapypublishing.com. I'm all under social media as Toni Henderson or Wise Courtship. All you have to do is Google me. Just know that I love you guys and there's nothing you can do about it. This is Toni Henderson-Mayers. Remember, I help you detect a lover worth living with. Take care. Hello there. This is Toni Henderson-Mayers, television, radio, relationship expert, author, and entrepreneur known as Wise Courtship all over social media. What? You're not subscribed to the Wise Courtship philosophy? Oh my goodness. You've got to listen to this podcast so that you can get your free lifetime subscription as we help you get committed relationships, whole relationships that you're going to be satisfied with. No playing and no games. Find out what they're really about by tuning in.